Dark, dusty attic, cobwebs everywhere, creaky floorboards. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and forgotten memories. Every step I took sent a shiver down my spine, the floorboards groaning under my weight. I tiptoed in, flashlight beam dancing. Shadows leapt and twisted, creating eerie shapes that seemed to move on their own. The beam of light cut through the darkness, revealing glimpses of old trunks and dusty furniture. Then I saw it, a giant red button. It stood out starkly against the gloom, almost glowing with an otherworldly light. It was as if it was calling out to me, demanding my attention. "Do not press," it screamed. The words were bold and clear, a stark warning that sent a thrill of fear and excitement through me. What could be so dangerous about a button? Oh, the temptation! My finger hovered. It was as if an invisible force was pulling me towards it. My heart raced and my mind was a whirlwind of possibilities. It looked so pressable, shiny, smooth, begging for a poke. The surface was flawless, reflecting the light in a way that made it seem almost magical. It was irresistible. What could happen? Would the world explode? My imagination ran wild with the possibilities. Could this be the end of everything as we know it? Would a trap door open and swallow me whole? The thought was both terrifying and thrilling. What kind of secrets could this button be hiding? Curiosity bubbled in my stomach. It was an insatiable itch that needed to be scratched. I had to know what would happen if I pressed it. The unknown was too tantalizing to resist. I paced back and forth. "Press it! Don't press it!" My inner voice was having a full-blown argument. One side screamed, "Danger!" The other whispered, "Adventure awaits." I bit my lip. This was torture! My hand twitched. The button seemed to pulse. The air crackled with anticipation. This was it, the moment of truth. With a deep breath and a silent apology to the universe, I slammed my hand down on the button. I had no idea what would happen next, but I was ready for anything. Or so I thought. The room plunged into darkness. My heart raced as I stood there, waiting for something, anything to happen. The silence was deafening, and I could feel the tension building up inside me. A high-pitched whirring filled the air. It was almost unbearable, like nails on a chalkboard. Then, silence. The sudden quiet was even more unsettling than the noise. A single spotlight flickered on, revealing a disco ball. Groovy music started pumping. I blinked in disbelief, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. Suddenly, the room was filled with dancing chickens. They were everywhere, moving in perfect sync to the beat of the music. It was like a scene from a bizarre dream. Yes, you read that right. Chickens in tiny sequined outfits, boogieing down. Their little feet tapped and twirled, and their feathers shimmered under the spotlight. It was both hilarious and mesmerizing. I couldn't help but laugh. This was so weird, even for me. I had seen a lot of strange things in my time, but this took the cake. The absurdity of the situation was overwhelming, and I found myself caught up in the sheer joy of the moment. Who knew that pressing a button could lead to such an unexpected and delightful experience? The music screeched to a halt. The chickens froze, their beady eyes fixed on me. It was as if time itself had stopped, and the air was thick with tension. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, each beat echoing in the silence. The barn, usually filled with the clucking of chickens, was now eerily quiet. I took a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. A booming voice echoed, "Congratulations, you have passed the first test!" The words seemed to reverberate through the barn, bouncing off the walls and filling the space with an almost tangible energy. I looked around, trying to find the source of the voice, but there was no one in sight. The chickens remained motionless, their eyes still locked on me. The spotlight shifted, revealing another door, this one with a sign that read, "Press the button for the ultimate challenge." The door was old and wooden, with a brass handle that gleamed in the spotlight. My curiosity was piqued, and I felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. What could this ultimate challenge be? I knew there was only one way to find out. My jaw dropped. A test? Ultimate challenge? This just got interesting. I took a step forward, my mind racing with possibilities. The air seemed to crackle with anticipation, and I could feel the weight of the moment pressing down on me. This was it, the moment of truth. I reached out, my hand trembling slightly, and pressed the button.